Hey everyone, my name is Kat and welcome to our very first community spotlight. And what a wonderful way to kick it off. I have our fabulous community liaison, Asa, here with us, and our very first community spotlight participant, Bianca!
Hi.
She's diva, she's beautiful, she's talented, she's everything, and she's our first guest today, and we're so excited to get to know more about you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with the two baddies that you are.
So we're just going to talk to you about what brought you to improv. Can you hear a little bit or tell a little bit about your story that brought you to us?
So I used to do improv back in high school, and I think like a lot of people who hold marginalized identities may have been the only one. And so I remember just feeling like often the butt of the joke, right? Being Latina, being queer, being a woman. And for me, I took a big pause. And last year I was really thinking about what brings me joy. And the happiest times in my life when I was creating, when I was in community, when I was doing theater. And so I did a lot of research and I found you all that is really centered in social justice, that is centered in community, and that also it's a weird thing to say centered from the margins, but for me it really feels that way. I feel like we're centering joy, we're centering our communities, we're centering our resilience, our resistance, and fun. And I think for a lot of communities, especially for me, I found a lot of joy, laughter, and back into my spirit and body. So I think that keeps me coming back to Provocation Theater.
Amazing. Yes, you are definitely one of our fiercest, boldest players that I've ever seen. No stage should ever be afraid of you. You are always out there on that. How do you find that confidence to just be your truthful self on stage?
Actually, in real life, so I'm a Leo, but in real life I can actually often feel small, and I feel in theater and improv it has helped me to unleash and give myself permission to be big, to be bold, to be the Leo goddess star with community, because it doesn't feel like there are rules in that space. It feels like I get to create, especially in a world that tells us to play small, to not see our power, our brilliance. I feel like I'm able to just, in this space, find my voice, find my power, and find my people who I want to laugh and be big with. And I think that's, for me, I think that's what gives me the courage, in that space.
A lot of improv theaters and communities talk about the people that make up the community, the other players, the other students. Can you speak to the people that you get to play and learn with here, and maybe what makes them special or unique?
So I'm part of two different troupes. Globals, which is our BIPOC improv troupe, and then All Queer No Fear, which is our LGBTQ femme expansive space. And these are some baddies. These are people who are so smart, so funny, and in this space, we get to make the jokes for our community, right? Often we are positioned as the joke, and in this space we get to make jokes about scissoring, about Grindr, about things that are so real for our community.
Yeah, scissoring is very real for us.
Yes, it is, and don't let them tell you it's not. But for us, we get to really reclaim our stories, reclaim our jokes, also, it doesn't have to be traditionally funny. It has to be real for us. And for us, we get to tell stories that are centered in joy, but also can be centered in understanding and talking and exploring systems of power that have traditionally taken our power and taken our voice, and we get to reclaim those stories in those spaces. So I like the fact that we get to dream, create worlds that don't exist yet with the people that are here with us.
I love to play with you for that exact reason. I feel like your inner child is so present with us that you're right there. Whenever she wants to say something, you're just she's saying it. It's so bold and fun and creative to watch you tap into that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you want to pull from our random list of improv questions? I mean,
okay, be honest. Do the people in your life love that you do improv, or are they kind of getting annoyed by it?
Because
in my life they are getting annoyed by it.
I do the voices right now. my beautiful boo out there. I do a lot of voices at night, and she was like, sometimes she's like, can you tone it down? But no, she doesn't say that. But I feel like I've become sillier. I've become more playful. I've become more creative, especially at work. Like, you wouldn't think, I work in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and in that space you have to be creative because these systems are always being creative. And so for me, being able to be a strategist was emboldened and strengthened because I've been doing improv, because it's been helping me see, like, what are solutions, what are ways that I can address these harsh systems through a place of joy, through a place of strength, and through a place of community. So I think the people in my professional life have really seen me blossom, and I think the people in my personal life have also seen me blossom because I feel like my spirit, my joy just like jumped back into my body because of you all. Oh, did I be crying?
Crying is also a big part of our community.
Yes.
Tears welcome. Yes.
Tears are always welcome.
Oh, another question? Okay, let's see.
Why not?
What does provocation mean to you?
Provocation. Well, I found out there's a backstory, an outward backstory, which I love. It's very clear. But for me, provocation means being bold to tell your story. It means allowing yourself to heal through spaces of community, through spaces of joy and storytelling. There's not, especially for adults, there's not a lot of places where we can center our stories, center our community, and center our joy and play, and build with people. I think in this world we're often taught to be serious, to just move through life and build and grind. In this space, provocation theater helps us to let go of that, to be free, to dream, and to create with some bold baddies, and I love that.
What was it about the L word?
Yeah, what's that?
Well, there is, for those out there who have watched the original L Word from Showtime Television, Bette Porter, our problematic but loving queen, does a show called Provocations, and she brings it, she fights for it. It's very you gotta just watch it.
Very radical,
Yes.
very powerful, very beautiful, bold queer.
Yeah, and did not back down when everybody told her no. So I think that's the spirit of it too.
The spirit of provocation.
Yeah. Bianca, I'd love to just know if someone was to come and see a show with you in it, what could they expect?
Oh yeah.
They would expect me to be using my body a lot.
Hell yeah.
And this body is body. But I think for me, especially, like, I love to play with the body as a metaphor, as an abstract, as a, I can be anything, right? I don't just have to be in the sandbox. I could turn literally into a sandbox. And I love that we get to create with our bodies and tell stories. So and also it's going to be very gay.
Back to the whole, community and whatnot. Final question for you. What do you do outside of improv? Where else can we find you? What else brings you joy?
Yes. So I am our chief diversity officer for Silicon Valley Pride. So I do a lot of community advocacy. I also love to cook. I love to hike, and so just being able to nourish the people that I love is something that I love to do. And I also put on once a month, Hey Girls in Silicon Valley, down there at Splash nightclub. I put on a queer femme night. So if you want to come dancing with us, I love to dance. So.
Dancing, a good meal, body.
Body.
Yes, I mean, you're the whole package.
Yeah,
Thank you.
the whole package.
I just want to celebrate you. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us today, and can't wait to do more with you in the future.
Thank you.
Hey, yay, Bianca! Yeah.